cool cats of the interwebs? It is your girl Haley back at it again with another episode of the pre-review crew for July and August 2023. Now, as always, let me introduce you to our crazy cast of characters that we always have with us. We have Brennan.
I'm not allowed to speak.
He is not. And we have Mike.
I don't care, I'm gonna speak.
Long story. But to skip over that, we are going to immediately hop into our review portion for July, the games that we talked about last month. We are first going to kick it off with Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals. It's a mystery single-player game developed by Night School Studio and published by Netflix Games. It came out on Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC on July 12th. It currently has a 78 top critic average, with 79% of critics recommending. Also, Brendan, you can speak.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, thank you for giving me permission.
Oh, you're welcome!
Jesus Christ.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Alright, yeah. I mean, can we just start off by saying that this game got pretty much the same reviews as Oxenfree? We called that, right? We called that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we kinda did.
I mean, it's like a point off in both areas, but that's not really saying much.
I mean,
Yeah, from what
go. Sorry,
ahead.
Mike, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, from what I'm reading, is everybody's saying this is basically, you could tell it's a sequel. It's basically the same game as the first one.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I'm disappointed is the first one came out in 2016. We're now in 2023. Why not shake it up a little bit? Do something a little different.
I think we've gotten to a point where a lot of, not just video game developers, but entertainment developers want to keep it safe. So they keep doing a lot of the same instead of really shaking things up. And I think Oxenfree 2 is kind of suffering from that.
Yeah, 1000%. I genuinely feel like this is very much okay, we'll just take what we did, just do it a little bit better this time. They played it safe.
It's almost like they developed them in line with each other. They probably didn't. There's probably some time in between development, but like you just basically go from one game straight into the next game and you just don't even take a break to think about, okay, what can we do to improve this? It's, well, straight into the next one. Everybody said it was good, so let's just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it's a really cute game in all honesty. I think the art style is adorable. Like I said, I played the first one and really enjoyed it. I do plan on picking this one up eventually. I'll probably pick it up if it goes on sale like around Christmas time. And again, like, because Netflix is the publisher, I'm curious to see like if they turn it into anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we get like a TV show based on this or something.
Ooh, yeah, maybe.
I think a like animated short would be great.
And since that's, likely, I think I just wait. I don't know if I'm gonna pick this one up.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I still haven't played the first one either, so
I don't know if this would. It's like if what Haley said is right, where it's like they kind of bleed into each other. I feel like it's hard to just start with this, right? Like if you're interested in this, it's one of those things where it's like if you like the first one, you're probably gonna like this one. But if you didn't like the first one, this isn't gonna change anything, you know. And if you're just looking into this, you see this. I wonder if people are going to be turned off because it's like, oh, well, now I have to play a whole game before it just to play this one. But if they're so similar, then I don't know.
well, here's a great thing. Right now, Oxenfree, the first game, is only $2 on Steam.
okay.
Oh,
It's
Not too bad.
normally priced at $10. You can also get Oxenfree and After Party, which is After Party is the one where you have to outdrink the devil. You can get both of those games together for $20, and then Lost Signals is also on sale. Normally that's $20, but it's on sale for $15 right now. So it's
Too
not
bad.
like they're not $60 games by any means.
Mm.
And like I said, they do have multiple endings, so the replayability is definitely there. Because it's like your character and a group of people. So I mean, yeah, and
That's-
they're cheap, so
I'm about to say, from what we're seeing from the reviews, like if you want to try, if you're interested in Oxenfree 3, $2 for the first one. I mean, that's nothing.
yeah.
Um, so you can play the first one really quick and then play the second one if this looks interesting to you.
Yeah.
Because
And
yeah, like I said from the reviews, if this is just a straight up, you know, just redone version of the first one, you might as well put the first one for $2.
yeah, you can't fucking beat it. A game for $2 on Steam. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna now kick it over to Exo Primal. This is our game of the year right here, guys. Game ain't nothing like dinosaurs falling out of the sky. It's what I want to see on my way to work. It's a third-person shooter multiplayer game. It's developed and published by Capcom. It came out on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC on July 14th. Now, these numbers are a little wonky, so hold tight. It has a 72 top critic average, but only 13% of critics recommending. Holy shit, these numbers do not
That
correlate.
just dropped to 11%.
Okay, yeah, now we have 11% of critics recommending. How does
Yeah,
this
in
have a 73
5 minutes.
top critic average? What the fuck?
In 5 minutes from checking, this thing dropped 2% in critics recommending.
Oh my god.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't either. It's like, how can you review this game and say, yeah, it's pretty decent, and then if somebody asks you if you should play it, no, don't play it.
It's
That
just
makes no
so
sense to me.
it's weird. I don't know, and a lot of the reviews are saying just like random stuff too. Like, I don't know, one is praising its PvE content, but another is saying it's just kind of like dumb fun, and I don't know, it just doesn't. I, man, I feel like this is dead on impact. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This game just doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
I had hopes for it because I did play the beta. I think I played the beta. Yeah, I played the open beta. And it was fun, just running around shooting dinosaurs. So I didn't think it was gonna get the best scores in the world. I was expecting, the critic scores to be, mid 70s, but it's the recommendations that are like just confusing me. Because I mean, if this game goes on sale and you want to play it with your homies, like,
What's weird to
I
me
don't
is
see
that
why not.
this is developed and published by Capcom. And all things considered, Capcom's had a pretty decent year between Resident Evil 4 and Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
And then there's then there's this. What? How did this pass? How did this pass quality assurance, dude? I don't understand.
Because somebody walked in the office and went, guys, listen. Dinosaurs falling from the sky. And then somebody was like, absolutely. You have $1 million and 2 months. Make it.
It's just weird.
The Butterfinger bar.
Oh, if this was like, my God, if this was like Warframe, with all the different like cool mechs and like customizable classes and all that, with some like EDF, Earth Defense Force, where instead of fighting giant bugs, you're fighting giant dinosaurs, I would be so on board. But this just looks like a MOBA with dinosaurs in it.
Kind of was.
Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just funny to me that Capcom, this was a strike when they've been hitting home runs. And it's like, oof, that sucks. Okay, well, maybe next time.
Yeah, I feel if it wasn't a $60 game, it wouldn't be as bad. But yeah, just the fact that it is a full price game is kind of.
Dude, nobody even wanted to review it.
Like,
there's no review. IGN didn't touch this game.
Yes, IGN's review says still in progress.
Like, what? Was there an embargo on this?
I have no...
You know what I mean?
So for our listeners, I was building our sheet yesterday night, literally Sunday. And when I was building it Sunday night, there was no critic scores. There were no averages. There was no reviews. There was nothing. And everybody's review was like still in progress. And I was like, what does this mean? Like, it's like Capcom went, hey, listen, we made this. Can you guys like review it, but like keep it on the down low? We're a little embarrassed by it, but we definitely need to put it out.
Yeah.
Right? That sounds exactly what happened.
They're like, the people who will play it are the people who will play it, and the people who don't won't get it. But two things I want to mention. Attack of the Fanboy apparently really loved this game. They gave it like 3.5 stars, but they say it has fantastic PvE content and an intriguing story. Don't know how you can have an intriguing story when it's just dinosaurs falling from the sky, but again, haven't played it. Rock Paper Shotgun did say it's underwhelming and it fumbles mechs versus hordes of dinosaurs.
Arguably the greatest concept.
Press Start gave it 8 out of 10, saying it's a joy to play, as a pleasant surprise, and it's not to be underestimated. Okay. And I'm not harping on anybody's judgment. This is not the game that I thought would come out of the woodwork and be a new hit with everybody. And so far, it is definitely... It's mixed. It's high-key mixed. I definitely want to see these reviews after more time has come to pass and see what other people say about it, because there's just not many reviews out right now. But I'm gonna name this game the joke of 2023.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
This is just one that, like, I could have thought up on my couch while I was under the influence of alcohol going, guys, oh my god, what if you took mechs and dinosaurs?
This is a wheat trip for sure.
It's something, alright, but we are going to hop out of the Jurassic Park. Oh, hopefully we don't get copyright on that. But we are going to hop out of the dinosaur land and hop into Blackout Protocol. Haha, JK, we are not, because the game is not out yet. Blackout Protocol comes out on July 19th, so right now there are no open critic scores or averages at the moment, so come back next month to see how well that game did.
Yeah, there's not even There's like I'm not seeing very many reviews at all. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll just wait. We'll give that one time to actually get out. So we will kick it over to our preview portion for August. We're gonna kick it off with a extremely big game, I would say, that's coming out this year. Baldur's Gate 3. It's a role playing single and multiplayer game developed and published by Larian Studios. It's coming out on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. It's releasing on PC August 3rd, September 6th for PS5, but there's currently no release date for Xbox.
So next month's gonna be kind of hard for me. Because this game's coming out, and then a game we're gonna talk about in a little bit is also coming out, and they both look great. I love Baldur's Gate. I played 1 and 2 a lot. They're just great RPGs. They're solid games. They're great games. And so, just looking at this one, it looks like it's going to keep up the gameplay quality. And there's some bear stuff, but yeah.
So the original Baldur's Gate was made by BioWare, which is kind of hard to wrap my head around. And published by the infamous Black Isle Studios and Interplay, who essentially, if no one really knows, they essentially just knocked the CRPG genre just right out of the park in the early 90s. I mean, you have Baldur's Gate, you have Baldur's Gate 2. I mean, eventually you had so much. Oh my god. All I'm trying to say is that it's been 24 years since Baldur's Gate 2 came out. I have to say that this has to be one of the most anticipated CRPGs just of all time. No game has been like waited for this long, right? And then you have it helmed because BioWare can't do shit anymore. Rest in fucking peace. They handed it over to the actual true geniuses of our modern time of CRPGs, Larian, who they made Divinity 2, and that's one of the best RPGs ever made, period. So this game has, in my opinion, stupid high expectations. And I am upset because if it doesn't hit them, and I can't be the only one that's like really looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3. Not only in name, but just as a fan of Larian, as a studio, because I don't know, to helm this kind of project is insane. I don't know. It feels like a passing of the torch in a kind of weird way. And all I can say is that I am extremely excited to see what Larian's going to do, because Divinity 2 was just it. Divinity 2 was some of the most fun that I've had in a game, period. Just being able to mess around with the amount of RPG systems that intertwine with each other. I can't express how interesting they made the environmental systems in Divinity 2. Being able to throw down summon a pile of water and then electrocute the water in the same turn just to electrify some enemies. And that's just in Divinity 2. I'm not even talking about Baldur's Gate 3. So what they can do here is going to be insane. I mean, even on the wiki, Baldur's Gate, the first one, is considered to be one of the best video games ever made. How do you even begin to top that, right? Oh my god, I don't know. This is good. This better be amazing, okay? This better be amazing, otherwise I'm rioting, okay?
If you see riots on August 3rd, you know why.
But, I mean, the cool part about this whole thing, and admittedly, I haven't been part of this at all. It's in early access, and it's been in early access for a while, and I've kind of shied away from early access stuff in general, mostly just because at least Baldur's Gate, like I feel like I'm gonna experience everything when it comes out. I don't want to have anything piecemeal. So to be honest, I don't really know what the state of the game looks like now. I don't really know what people are saying about it, but I can only assume that, I mean, so far it is probably well regarded. I mean, we can check Steam right now.
It is. My brother played it. It is.
I
It's top
honestly.
selling.
What?
On Steam right now, it's top selling. It's the number one, and it's very positive reviews. So I think we know our answer.
I I'm
That's just early
very
access.
I'm very excited to play this, and I'm surprised that I'm excited to play this because this isn't really a game that I would pick up. I also never played Divinity or any of those other games. The only one I've played so far that is remotely, I don't even know if this is even close to being similar to it, but Pathfinder.
Yes.
Okay. I've played a little bit of that.
So imagine well, Divinity is turn based for the most part. I mean, I think it's only turn based, and Pathfinder has a turn based mode that essentially turns Pathfinder into the sort of modern day CRPG. See, Baldur's Gate. I don't know if it was Baldur's Gate specifically, but I feel like Baldur's Gate was probably one of the most prominent titles to feature a real-time combat with pause, which is what Pathfinder and something like Pillars of Eternity, they tried to put back into the limelight, but it wasn't nearly as popular as a turn-based system. There's something about, and I think it has to do with just having too much happen at once. Like with real time with pause, it's really easy to just have your entire party wipe in about 3 seconds, and you just have no idea what's going on. But if it's excuse me, if it's turn based, it's a lot easier to follow. So I feel like because Larian, who just destroyed Divinity, absolutely killed it. Like again, I just can't stop praising the game and the studio. I think that having the turn-based combat in Baldur's Gate will be more accessible to people. It's easier to deal with the combat. It's easier to learn the rules when you don't have 30 seconds to do a fight, as opposed to all right, I got a couple of minutes to sit down and chess pieces, figure out where I'm going to go. I think that this should be more accessible than the previous titles, especially. I mean, the previous titles are 20 years old. That's not even really a question, but if you liked Pathfinder, if you liked the turn-based systems of Pathfinder, you'll like this. Probably.
And for all the hentai out there, I just watched a trailer and it was just nothing but sex scenes.
What?
There's sex scenes?
Huh?
Apparently.
Oh my god, best game ever? What the hell?
Well, that goes to show
But
how much of a I'm not even gonna finish that sentence.
Aside from that though, yeah, I gotta agree, Brendan. This is just this developer has a proven track record, so I know they're not gonna fuck it up. Because yeah, the early access is getting a lot of positive word I'm looking for, attention, I guess. I don't know. But it looks like the game's not even out and people are already enjoying it, so that tells you something.
I think and at first too, I was kind of a bit weirded out by the whole early access thing. It's not very often that you have this kind of high profile of a title go early access, right? Like outside of Cyberpunk, haha, but that's not the point. So I think that, I mean, and they piecemealed it, right? Because the game is told in acts, and I think originally when it was first released, I think it was maybe only the first act was available. But part of me wants to say, and again, because I'm kind of far removed from just everything going on Baldur's Gate 3. I wonder if the early access was essentially like a beta run, right? Seeing what worked and what didn't work and interacting with the community. Because I can't really see any other reason why you would make this kind of game, this high profile game, early access, unless you're specifically looking for input along the way from fans. So I have to just assume that probably helped a lot, maybe. I mean, it was probably good enough to begin with, but that small polishing, if it was polished by the fans, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I am just excited to make Olaria if I can because she is great. So yeah. Anyway, also to give you guys a exact answer on why the game isn't releasing on Xbox yet. Game Rant does have an article on it, and it essentially comes down to um, basically Xbox won't let them release it on X and not on S. And
Issues.
it seems like basically what the article says is the chief issue is that Baldur's Gate 3's co-op functions are more free than people expect, allowing players to freely explore incredibly dense cities together. The feature is difficult to optimize, but limits the potential release because Xbox has a policy that, aside from things like frame rate, gameplay features, must have parity on Series X and S. So for a game to come out on either one of those, it has to come out on both. And they can't optimize the game for X without optimizing the game for S. And if you know anything about the two consoles, they are very different.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely understand why the game is not coming out yet. They do mention that a game for both of these will hit eventually, and is in development, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
So,
Just to hop in on that one point, yeah, in Divinity, you can be like, I mean, Divinity's kind of also broken up into acts, but if you're on the same map, you can be on one point and your friend can be on the complete opposite end, and you could be doing completely different things in the same world. So that's dope as shit, man. That's so cool.
okay, so we're gonna take it from a high to a low, but I still think this one's gonna be super exciting. We're talking about Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. You heard that right. Role-playing musical. And it has some of the people from Critical Role. But before we get into that, it is a role-playing narrative adventure single-player game. It's developed by Summerfall Studio and published by Humble Games. It's coming out on Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, or Xbox One, and then Series S and X. It's releasing on August 10th. It also has Troy Baker, Laura Bailey, and Ashley Johnson. I love Ashley Johnson. It looks cool. I it's a role-playing musical about the Greek gods. Like, it looks so neat. And I love the art style.
It's like, how the fuck did we get to this point?
You know what? That is a great question. So, it actually looks like the game was originally called Chorus. And it was originally crowdfunded. And then it moved over to being called Stray Gods.
I think I'm hypercritical of this because I'm not really much into musicals. The only reason I'm going to be seeing a musical
Raul's in it.
next
Sorry,
month is
sorry, I
because,
got so
huh?
excited. Raul
Oh,
Coley.
what?
Raul. He okay, so Raul Coley is an actor and he was on a couple he is friends with the people from Funhouse and he was on a couple episodes of their show, but he's on some of the Netflix shows.
Oh, okay.
Haunting of Hill House, right?
No, I don't it's not that one, it's the other one.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
But it's like within that same lineage. But yeah, he was in those shows. But yeah, I love Raul. I'm so sorry. Okay, continue.
This is your game, Haley.
Okay,
This is
yeah.
up your alley all the way. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Let me just get it all out. Okay, art style looks cool. Stacked voice cast, sure. What the fuck? What role playing music? Is this another movie? This is just another comic book game.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think you broke Brennan.
I mean, it's another one
yeah.
of those games where the gameplay is just you picking options and your options matter. Also, you have 4 romance options. 4. Let's go. Oh, oh. Can I not? No, I can't. I can't romance
I'm
Ashley
not,
Johnson's
I'm not
character.
saying that this isn't gonna be amazing. Okay, I'm only gonna say it's not gonna be amazing for me probably because like Mike, I don't want to touch a musical with a 10-foot pole.
See, that's
Okay,
my
the
thing.
only musical I've ever liked is
Cats.
Dancing in the Rain.
Damn. I
Okay, and
definitely thought it was going to be cats.
Cats
I've never
terrible. Oh
seen
my
Cats.
gosh, I want to bash my head on a wall instead of
See,
watch that ever again.
Cats, the old school musical. My grandmother had that shit on DVD, and I used to watch it so much. Cats, the movie. Oh, that needs to be burnt
No,
and never produced ever again.
I saw the original musical on a school trip when I was a kid, so
You just have no taste. It's okay. Anyway,
I don't. I
I
don't.
I am a big sucker for point and clicks. We all know this. Haley likes the easy games, and I love the art style for this. It looks so much fun. The cast is definitely stacked, and it just looks interesting. Like there isn't a game out there that I know that is a role playing musical. So I'm just like, holy shit. Like, a crowd-funded game got some really big voice actors and actresses and actors in general to voice and to sing in this game. It's like, what the fuck? Like, if this thing doesn't blow me away, I think I will cry. I am expecting a lot.
Yeah. Well, I won't be playing it. I probably will keep my eye on it because this is a very unique concept. Like you said, the art style is beautiful. I'm watching the trailer right now. You know, it looks beautiful. I think that the voice actors and actresses are going to do an amazing job. It's a musical. That's
I
that's
feel
what
like
kills it for me.
I feel
But
like
I am curious to see how this does, just because it's one of a kind, and I want to see how something like this would be received with the public.
I I'm just excited. Like, so excited. I don't know. I'm gonna get this on Switch, and if you don't pick it up for yourself, you should at least watch somebody else play it, because I
Yeah,
feel like while the gameplay might not be up your alley, I'm hoping that the music in this game gets nominated for some sort of award if it's as good as what it seems like it's going to be. So I mean, we will see. For all I know, the songs could be shit. This could be horse shit. It could be a dumpster fire, and I can be like, why the hell is this a stack cast? Just like that, like, GTA ripoff that
Oh
has fucking Chuck
yeah.
Norris. Like, I mean, this could be that and just straight garbage. But I'm excited to see what happens with it. Because, like I said, there's nothing out there similar to it right now that I know of. So, I don't, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, like I said, I'll keep an eye on it just because I'm curious to see how such a game does.
I think Brennan would end up loving this.
See, so like, yeah, I mean, as hard as I was on it, I do admit that we can't sit around and be like, oh my god, why does the video game industry keep pumping out the same shit over and over, and then not look at this and go,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, okay, cool idea. I mean, it is extremely unique, and like Mike said, I am going to look at it just through that lens, just because it is its own thing, right? Like, to do that in this kind of industry, in this economy, that's wild, right? And even like you said, to have something crowdfunded and have names this big, it's hopefully it means something, right? Like hopefully it just says something. Like even just the game's success, I hope that just kind of puts the idea of like, okay, well maybe we should kind of not put out the same garbage every year, right? Like even if it just does that, I don't know, man. This does look really unique. It might not be for me personally, but I hate to say that it does look kind of interesting. I think it's just funnier to just go along with the bit that Haley just keeps picking movie games. But I have to break the character for a moment. It's still a movie game though, and I hate it.
I am a sucker for very much like Brennan said, movie like games. I always have been, I always will be. I like the games where your choices matter, and those seem to be those type of games. But yeah, I agree with everybody. This looks really unique, and it's the indie games that always get me. Because those are the ones that are always exploring new things and putting out new stuff, and they could be great or it can fail. And I like seeing studios take I feel bad saying that, but I like seeing studios take that risk and be like, hey, we aren't going to be like everybody else. We're going to take a chance on this and we're going to see how it goes. So I'm super excited for that one. Will it be Game of the Year for me? Definitely not. But I hope it definitely does well. But we're going to stop talking about musicals now, and we're going to talk about what the guys really, really, really are excited for. It is Armor Core 6. Is Fires of Rubicon. I put fired. There, I fixed it. It's a mech-based combat game. It's single and multiplayer, developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It's coming out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X and S on August 25th. I'm going to shut up now so the guys can speak.
When they first revealed this game, I like nutted instantly.
Right? Dude, oh my god. Okay, so like after just getting, I mean, again, I'm not saying anything bad about FromSoft, but we've got a lot of like the same, Dark Souls, right? You got Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring boss. Armored Core, man. Where has this been? Like,
yeah.
Oh my god. And I don't want to. I've never really gotten into it. I did play the first one a bit on a PlayStation 1 emulator like a while ago, and my god, was it a difficult game. Mostly just because the PS1 controller was kind of crap, and FromSoft had really big ideas at the time. But oh man, I can't wait to play this. I can't wait to see what actual like Armored Core is like in a modern day, setting where the controls aren't terrible And oh my god, this just looks insane, dude.
Okay, wait. Let me jump in. For the people who do not know anything about Armored Core, I'm raising my hand right now, but you guys can't see that. What the fuck is this about?
You build mechs and you beat the shit out of other mechs.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just gonna give you like the Cliff Notes version.
No, I mean, like, no, that's basically it, right? Like,
you build mechs and they throw you into like arenas, and you take on other mechs and you kick their asses.
so like, yeah, the first, again, I only played the first one, so I can't say anything else. But in the first one, the game starts off with you in like a little like training scenario to essentially, you essentially in the first game act as basically like a mercenary, where I don't know, the over industrialization of the world has pretty much taken corporations that become like countries that essentially just fight each other and sabotage. It's very Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
And you basically, I mean, in a very cool FromSoft fashion, there is a story, but it's kind of very vaguely told in mission descriptions that most people skip. So like most people don't even really know the story unless they look for it. But yeah, I mean, essentially you're just given different mech parts, like different chassis, legs, weapons, all kinds, and essentially just thrown into an arena and being like, okay, here you go, have fun, and you just beat the level, and that was at least what the first one is, and I'm going to assume that they've all just kind of followed that same formula, but you're just a mech. You just build a mech and you fight other mechs. That's at the end of the day. That's really all it is. And it's flashy. It's fast paced. It's very different from Dark Souls, which is very slow and calculated. This is like the complete opposite. Like you're supposed to go fast. Like you're supposed to just not, like you're in the flow state all the time, right? Like you're not really supposed to think about stuff. You're just going and just trying not to get hit. And genuinely, if you do read the story of the first one, it does get really interesting. It's got a lot to say about like the individuality of people fighting in wars. Essentially, like you're a tool, right, for somebody else's wars, and you kind of feel that way in the game. So I'm hoping that kind of like narrative through line kind of sticks, and it probably has, but I'm watching the trailer, man. I'm just blown away. This just looks dope as shit. Right now he's fighting a guy with like grinder lava arms. That's insane. Oh my god, this just looks
this is also a nostalgia thing for me. I grew up with these games, man. It's how I've known From Software for years before they even did Dark Souls. It was because that this was the game that put them on the map, was Armored Core 1 and 2. So just seeing that they are keeping what made the first two so great and so fun, and just kind of updating it for the modern day. Just watching the gameplay, I was like, holy shit, this is Armored Core 1 and 2. These are the games I grew up with. Like it's like they understand, like, hey, we had a great formula. We're not going to fuck up that formula. We're going to keep doing that. We talked about doing the formula earlier, and it looks like they're going to be doing that right.
I mean, definitely. Like, and oh my god, I really hope this does well. I really, really do.
There's a hold on, how much was it? $450 premium edition.
Yeah, it comes with a big ass statue and everything.
It's a garage. It's a garage with the mech inside of it. You get 4
Yeah,
pin badges, an art book, the digital soundtrack, like 45 stickers, and the steel bookcase.
yeah, it's that much because of the massive ass garage and figure that comes in it.
Uh,
Like I saw it when they announced it, and it's like this thing is. It doesn't take up just shelf space. It takes up like a whole damn corner of your, wherever you put it.
Listen, if anybody wants to give us $500 so we can purchase one, um, just message us. And yeah. Um, do you guys got anything else to say about this one?
Buy it.
Goddamn mechs, dude. That's so cool. Hey, you just get in the mech. Just get in the mech, Shinji. Just get in the mech. Like, I love mecha shit so much. You have no idea. Gurren Lagann, amazing. Neon Genesis Evangelion, amazing. I'm looking at Unit 1 right now as a Pop Funko. He looks at me every night before I go to bed, and I give him a little nod, hoping that he doesn't go berserk and
Little
rip my
kiss
ear
on the
off and I
forehead.
sleep. Oh my god. If mech games come back because of this, I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna freak out. It's probably not. Hopefully it's one of a kind and it's not bad. If this is bad, I'm gonna cry. If this is bad, I'm gonna cry. It's not gonna be bad. It's not. I have no more final thoughts. Oh my god, FromSoft can't do anything wrong. Okay, that's all I'm saying. This is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm telling you right now, everyone that likes Dark Souls, they're all the like the new Elden Ring people. They're gonna look at this and go, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm guaranteeing you, half of them are gonna be like, "No, this isn't for me." But the other half that do like it, oh my god! I hope this is amazing.
Yeah, this will introduce gamers into a whole new genre of, or into an older genre that we haven't seen in a while. So I'm really excited about that.
Um, sorry, I got sidetracked. I honestly, it looks really cool. It is not the type of game that I would personally play, but I will say that I do enjoy mech things. So I feel like this is a game that I will watch rather than actually play myself. But I will say that I wish mechs would branch out into other media. And what I mean by that is you see them a lot in movies, TV shows, like digital media that you can actually visually see. But you don't see them a lot in like books. And I love reading. And this is not sponsored, but there's a book called Gear Breakers that is solely about mechs, and it is so neat. I need to finish it. But
But Haley,
just a little
I
tidbit.
thought you said I thought you said you're doing a 24-hour Twitch stream when this game comes out.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah, what the hell?
Who's buying the game for me?
Um, um, we'll start a Patreon or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
crowdfund it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Um, so yeah, that is it, everyone, for the pre-review crew episode for July and August. Before we give um, our little closing, let's kick it over to some final thoughts from everybody.
Fuck a bear and pilot a mech.
August is gonna be insane, and then September is gonna be crazy too. I'm looking forward to the latter half of this year. It's gonna be insane between Baldur's Gate, Armored Core, Starfield, something else that I'm probably forgetting. I'm gonna have no money.
Pretty much,
Um,
yeah.
I honestly, I'm just excited for Stray Gods. Oof, those songs. I'm so excited. Also, yeah, Baldur's Gate. Romance. So excited. So excited. Anyway, come back next month to see our review portion for Baldur's Gate, Stray Gods, Armored Core, and Blackout Protocol, since we didn't get to speak about that. And then also see what games we preview that are coming out for September. It has been your favorite cast of crew members here on the pre-review crew. So I hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and we will catch you next time. Goodbye.
Uh,
Love you.